I have now been making LPS videos for 6 years. This is also my 100th video. Don't look at my unlisted videos. Over the past few months, I actually did something with my old unused scripts. If you've seen this video of mine, this video right now is pretty much the exact same but bigger. But if you haven't, then basically I picked out some old scripts and just recorded with them, following them as exactly as I could, except if I made a very obvious spelling error or something, then I just went with what I was actually trying to say. After playing each finished film, I'll give some criticism and general thoughts on the writing. And if the script was never finished, I'll also say what probably would have happened next. That's mostly from memory though, so take that how you will. Kind of like a terrible director's commentary. Also, in case anyone's curious about what the scripts themselves actually look like, there's a link in the description to where you can read them for yourself. They might not make much sense as they were only ever meant for me, but at least you can laugh at my dumb spelling mistakes. In some cases with the unfinished scripts, I actually have some bullet points that continue further than I got when scripting as well. I used 12 scripts in total for this. The length of each video is anywhere from a little over 30 seconds to a little under 6 minutes. I will note that the overall quality of these videos, outside of the scripts, is probably a bit worse than my normal stuff. All the scripts combined would have been around 23 pages long, so I hope you can understand why I did things the way I did. Anyways, let's start things off with Creative Writing Project. Script created in an unknown date in 2020, last updated May 23rd, 2020. Alright class, today you'll be doing a creative writing project. You must create a main character, a beginning, a middle, and an end to your story. You'll be graded on character development, grammar and spelling, and other things that I'm sure I don't need to explain. You'll have 45 minutes to do all this. Also, you'll be working with 5 other people. Hello everyone, my name is Sarah. What are your names? I'm Penny. The name's Frederick, I think. My name is Leah. I'm Tom. Now let's get this stupid introduction over with. I'm Alexander. Shut up, Alexander. Anyways, what should the story be about? It should be about a girl who has to save the world from monsters. No, it should be about a boy who has to save the world from an evil king. I've been writing stories for the longest, therefore we should go with my idea. That's unfair! I couldn't care less about your ideas. Let's just make it about an 11-year-old boy who finds out he's a wizard and goes to a wizard school. No, we can't do that! That's plagiarism! So? If we do that, then we won't get the extra points. What do you mean? I know this one is very short. I kind of regret choosing it for this because of that, but what would have happened next? I'm not exactly sure how the plot would have progressed, and I can bet I wasn't sure at the time either. It would have just been the characters interacting in various ways. Sarah and Leah would keep fighting over who gets to be the leader of the group. Tom would continue pushing them to hurry up. Penny would be the designated write stuff down person, except she's actually terrible at writing, so she would be struggling. Frederick would do something, maybe, and Alexander would never get a full sentence in. The weird misunderstanding of what the extra points were for would also continue, driven probably by Tom, until the end. Once their time's up, it turns out the points were for a completely different thing altogether, that obviously they didn't do well. This leads into my first criticism of the script, which is that the whole what gets the extra points thing is stupid. Very stupid. It just doesn't make sense to me, I guess. And it isn't that funny of a big conflict source. I feel like Sarah and Leah's fighting works a lot better for that. I feel like I was probably the worst person to write a group project as a kid as well, because I was unfortunately homeschooled my whole life. And that makes it kind of impossible to write about school stuff. This video was actually super loosely inspired by an online writing class I took during quarantine. It was my first ever experience with any sort of group project thing. I just feel like I didn't have enough to draw from for this. LPS skits obviously don't need to be realistic, but I feel like with these sorts of almost universal experiences like group projects, it's usually better when there's a little bit of reality or relatability behind them. Also, I should have cut Frederick out of the script. He has literally zero purpose from what I remember. I also should have for sure cut the Harry Potter reference. I obviously didn't know at the time, but Next off, Stuck in an Elevator. Script created July 28th, 2020, completed August 3rd, 2020. You'll never guess what happens in this video. Did I ever tell you how much I hate elevators? Yes, several times. I mean, who'd want to be in close proximity to him? You know nothing about him! And that's the way I want to keep it. Ugh, children. Hey, Mom. What is it? Remember when my sister got trapped in an elevator for hours and got traumatized? Yes, I do. What if that happens to us? Sure it won't. It's a very rare occurrence. I heard it was quite common, actually. What did that kid just say? Hey, get back here! You need to pay for that! Watch where you're going. Shouldn't the doors be opening by now? Good point, actually. I don't want to die. It'll be fine. You're not gonna die because of a slow elevator. Unless someone on the elevator is a murderer. Please stop saying stuff like that. You're the one with the saw. Can everyone please just try to be civilized? I have a headache as it is. Maybe we'll have to sacrifice someone to get the elevator unstuck. Where are you even getting this from? Maybe the elevator's over its weight limit. Who was that even meant for? I don't know. Whoever would feel the most insulted by it. Oh. I need to get out of here. Let's just wait until the elevator gets fixed. It probably won't take that long. My sister got stuck in an elevator for 6 hours. Oh, well, I think that if we just wait patiently... Shut up! I don't normally encourage bullying, but you are kind of annoying. How do we escape? You're all being unreasonable. If we just simply... Why do I talk to you? I mean, we could try and climb out through the elevator shaft. That's insane. That would never work. And besides, there's no way into the elevator shaft. Well, we could break the ceiling open. Yeah, we could definitely do that. Maybe you could use that husky as a battering ram. Excuse me? Well, Mom, I guess you're the sacrifice. I think your saw would work better. Fair point. You're just letting him take your stuff? I want to see how this plays out. So, assuming this works, what will I do? Everyone for themselves!
Get the saw!
Wait, what?
Ow! What is wrong with all of you?
I'm in pain and it's all your fault. Hello, everyone. The elevator is fully operational again. Sorry for any inconvenience this may have caused. I lived! Yeah, duh. You! Bye! Come back! I just know I'm gonna get fired for this. Did I ever tell you how much I hate elevators? I honestly don't hate this one. It's obviously not good by my current standards, but for its time it's pretty competent. I did some decent tension building and escalation, which isn't that common for videos from this era. I also liked the first line being repeated as the last line. That was a nice touch, I think. Overall, it just suffered from being made by a 13-year-old who wasn't very funny. Like, there's a lot of randomness / extremeness humor, I would call it, where a character just says something weird or extreme, like the monkey suggesting using the husky to break down the door, which, side note, doesn't feel in character for her, the monkey, but whatever. It was a crutch I used when I didn't know how to be funny, and it doesn't work. Speaking of stuff that didn't work, I feel like the climax with everyone running around was kind of nonsensical. I feel like the only people who would be freaking out and running are the walrus, the St. Bernard, and maybe the kid. But I think it was supposed to be everyone, but I feel like they just wouldn't, you know? Like, who else is running around? Also, I did actually start recording this video way back in 2020. I filmed 2 clips and gave up because my filming setup sucked too much for this sort of setting. Just for fun, here are those 2 clips now. Did I ever tell you how much I hate elevators? Now onto the job interview. Script created September 16th, 2020, last updated September 28th, 2020. Fun fact, this was originally intended to be a stop motion. I didn't actually do that in this for time reasons, but as you'll see, I think making it stop motion would have actually been a really dumb choice. Are you ready to get started? Yep. Stella, could you send the first one in? Alright, who's first in line? Please go into the door marked interview room. Hi! Hello, welcome to this job interview. What is your name? My name's Kate. Last name? Yes, I have one of those. Well, what job experience and qualifications do you have? I don't. What do you mean by that? I've never had a job before. Well, you're not getting one today then. Are you firing me? No, because we never hired you in the first place. How rude! I hope you trip over a baguette. Hello there. You're here to apply for the job of assistant manager at Unnamed Burger Company? Am I? Ooh, okay then, if you say so. Wow, you two are really ugly. Just so you know, I have a condition that means I can't work for more than an hour a day. I really like that painting behind you. We don't have a painting? This is going really badly. Yeah, I know. Hello there. Hi. Why are you seeking employment here today? Well, I got fired from my last job, and the job before that, and the job before that, and the job before that, and the job before that. Well, what was the cause of that? First, I worked at a fast food restaurant, and then I burnt it down. What? It was an accident, okay? Then I worked at an antique shop, and the same thing happened. I got a job at a craft store, and I sort of might have accidentally started a fire. Next, I worked at a daycare. Okay, that's enough. Yeah, we'll get back to you. Okay, thanks. I want a job. I never would have guessed since you're at a job interview. Hey, shut up. Well, what job experience do you have? I worked at... Oh, for goodness sake. Yeah? I know I've been living in the basement for the past 5 years. Basement, under the neighbor's porch, same thing. I get it, they've called the police 10 times. Yeah. No. 2 months. No. I'm literally at a job interview right now. What do you mean you're not supposed to answer your phone during a job interview? Oh, you have a plant. Yes? 1 second. What on earth? Why did you do that? Sorry, I just really hate plants. And how much would you like your salary to be? $2 million. Could I please have this job? That's not how that works. How dare you? You are so rude! What gives you the right to refuse when I ask so politely? Well, you see... How old are you exactly? I'm 6. Leave. This day has gone horribly. Yep. Well, at least there's only one more person left to interview. Really left you on a cliffhanger there. The skit would of course continue on to the last interviewee, but plot twist, he's a murderer who just escaped from prison. Oh no! Ah! If I remember correctly, he hears police sirens and runs away, leaving the interviewers to just sit there and hate their lives. I think the final punchline might have been one of the interviewers saying, let's just hire the 6-year-old, but that might just be me projecting what I would do if I were writing the script now. As I said before in the video, I don't think this should have been stop motion. It's just talking heads, so there's nothing to really animate. Maybe that was the point. At the time, because of one of my stop motion videos kind of blowing up, I thought people just wanted to see stop motion on my channel, so that's probably the reason I wanted to do this that way. I don't really like the format of having almost no characters that stick around for more than like 30 seconds. Just character reacts to this weirdo, then this other weirdo, and repeat. It's really hard to build any sort of momentum when nothing sticks around or comes back. I still struggle with this a lot. This format is a lot easier to write than something like Pranks Gone Wrong or even Stuck in an Elevator, but it's so hard to make it actually good. This skit also definitely suffers from being written by an unfunny 13-year-old. The randomness humor is very strong and very annoying. It also has the same problem as the group project skit. Like, who wants to watch a skit about jobs made by someone who's too young to legally work in any state in the country? Now, skipping forward almost a year, we have The Party, in parentheses, 2-year anniversary. Script created July 1st, 2021, last updated August 16th, 2021. Yeah, I don't really like Sky. She's a bit too much in general. So, do you come here often? I work here? Yeah, right. Me too. Yes, Cameron, I know. Well, anyways. Well then, I just think there's way more of a market for romance films than Zinnia wants to admit. Like, they just need to suck it up and deal with it. No one's here to watch some dumb X-Men ripoff or whatever that thing's even supposed to be. Like, seriously, just wait, River, look. What is it? I swear to... So, what do we do? Hey! Oh, shoot. Hello there, River. Enjoying the party? I know I am. You're literally just stealing something. Again. No, I'm not stealing something. Yet. This here is completely free. I will actually... Well, you see, Gabriel, it's not so much about if it's free and more about, ethics? Manners. Oh, well, in that case, I hope that guy dies. Well, anyways. Well, what do I even do with all of this? Hey, what exactly are you doing? Hi, Leo. Nice to see you. Yeah, sure. Oh, God. Well, this sucks. Is she, dead? Obviously. Oh. What now? We hide the body, idiot. Wait, what? Why? I genuinely don't remember what Leo would have replied. Sorry. The rest of the video would have been Gabriel and Leo basically trying to smuggle the dead person, Annabelle, out of the party to, I guess, dump her body somewhere and hope no one finds it. Hijinks ensue! Once they finally make it out and are about to dispose of Annabelle, she wakes up. She wasn't really dead, just knocked out. Leo never actually checked her pulse, and she has some questions about why they were trying to throw her in a dumpster, or whatever. I kinda overall like this one. I definitely improved a lot since the previous scripts, and based on what little I wrote, I think this could have been quite good, or at least fun. This was sort of my attempt to introduce a new studio universe to my channel. Like, this is the party for the Zinnia Studio channel's 2-year anniversary at the Zinnia Studio itself. The main thing I dislike about this is actually how stupidly self-referential I got. River's whole rant was just weird. I'm not sure if it was meant to be self-deprecating or if I was like making some kind of straw man thing. I think I was annoyed at the amount of romance content on LPSTube and this was somehow related to that. I really don't know. The rant just doesn't work and goes on for way too long. Also, why is Gabriel so confused as to why Leo wants to hide the body? Like, you just committed manslaughter. Let Leo help you. Next up, we've got No One Will Ever Believe You. Script created October 2nd, 2021, completed October 18th, 2021. If you've seen my short film Halloween special ideas, then this might seem a little familiar. Beloved husband, father, and... Alright, as I said, Mom, you'll be staying in the guest bedroom until we can figure out how to redo the old game room we don't use anymore. But I know, you've been telling us this the whole car ride over here. Yeah, we all know this already. Seriously, Mom, no one cares right now. Aubrey, don't talk to your mother like that. It's fine. We're all stressed right now after everything that's been happening. Are my bags going into my room or not? Heaven knows I couldn't carry him. Oh, yeah. Huh, right. Oh, good morning. Good morning, Sandra. Did you sleep well? Was the room alright? The room was fine, but as for sleep, I felt an awful lot like I was being watched. Being watched? Yeah, I woke up in the night and I could have sworn something was watching me. That's odd. It sure is. Edith? What? Nothing. I thought I heard something over there. Weird. Hello, Edith. What are you doing here, and what in God's name are you? So, Edith, do you remember your husband? Of course I remember my husband. What kind of a question is that? Well, Edith, I think you two are going to have a reunion quite soon. I hope you're excited. Reunion? He's dead! Oh. I hope you know you've just made a big mistake by revealing yourself to me. What makes you say that? You won't be laughing once I tell everyone and get an exorcist over here. An exorcist? I'm absolutely terrified. You should be. Oh, really? Do you genuinely think Sandra is going to go ahead and let you exorcise her house? Absolutely, once she knows there's a demon in it. So you think she'll believe you about me? Of course you do. I'll go explain to her about you right now. No one will ever believe you. Your husband didn't even believe his own eyes. What did you just say about me? Of course Sandra will believe me. She's my daughter. What is it? Sandra, there is a demon in your house and we need to take immediate action. What? I've just spoken with a demon in your house and it needs to be removed right now. Mom, I'm worried about you. Well, you ought to be more worried about the... You think I'm crazy, don't you? That's not what I meant. I'm just concerned about your mental health. My own daughter thinks I'm crazy! Listen, let's just talk about this tomorrow. My own child thinks I'm... See what I mean? And what if she's right and you really are just insane? I mean, it makes more sense than an evil demon haunting you. This was not amazing, to say the least. It starts off being passable enough, then Edith and the demon start talking and do not stop. Genuinely around half the runtime is just them talking to each other, and it sucks. The dialogue isn't even good. Without the scary music, it's almost comedic in tone. I'd never written anything this quote-unquote serious before, so I guess I just defaulted back to that somehow. It completely ruins it. In Halloween special ideas, I basically copy and paste the script and just removed the dialogue between the two of them, and it makes it so much less annoying. I also don't think I really utilized Edith's age much in this, if that makes sense. I chose to make her an old lady, but I never did much with that fact. I guess Sandra's worry in the last scene was meant to sort of be related to that, but not by much, really. I just feel like there's a lot you could do with how you kind of lose agency and respect as you get to Edith's age, but obviously I wasn't interested in that sort of story here. Now for a shorter one. A rough start. Script created June 1st, 2022. Last updated June 21st, 2022. So, Luna, you're new in town, right? Yes, I am. How are you liking it so far? It's fine. I mean, I've only been here for a few weeks so far, but it's very different from the city. Hey, Everett! What are we actually doing? I told you already. Well, I told Reese, and I thought You just told Reese, and you tell them pretty much everything. So after I started working for Nameless Movie Studio, things kind of started to fall through because... Called it! Okay. So now I'm going to make my own studio instead, apparently. Why? That's kinda dumb. Well, again, I do not remember what Everett was going to say or what the walrus Paul would have interrupted him with. This was another attempt at a studio universe, this time with my new mascots. That brown wolf used to be my other mascot back in the day. Basically, the four of them are touring potential locations for Everett's filming studio. The rest of the video is them looking at various places, all of which are terrible in their own unique ways, until the end, when they finally find a suitable place. It's suspiciously cheap, but Everett takes it and they start working on getting it ready. In the evening, once everyone else has gone home, Everett discovers why the place was so cheap. It's haunted by Val, aka this frog, my second mascot at the time, and now my only surviving mascot. The twist for this studio series would be that one of my mascots is this weird entity that only the other mascot can see or hear. I kinda like it, actually. The idea, not the script itself, because there really isn't much script. I do find it kind of weird that I felt the need to start at the beginning with Everett first starting out. I think it would have been better to start the series once the studio is already running. I had this weird obsession with everything being in chronological order, which is dumb. This sort of series barely even has continuity. It wouldn't really matter here like I thought it would. I also find it weird that Everett and Luna, from what I remember, fall into almost the same character archetype thing. Stressed, uptight control freaks. It could totally work, but could I have made it work? Probably not. This is the almost 6-minute one, so brace yourselves. The Grandfather Clock. Script created August 22nd, 2022. Completed October 4th, 2022. I'd like to purchase the grandfather clock. Oh, really? Excuse me? Yeah, sorry. A lot of people have bought and returned that clock, and it's getting kind of annoying. Why? Is there something wrong with it? Nope, not as far as anyone here can tell. No one has really given a straight answer for why they returned it. I'd still like to buy it. Well, okay. Depending on where you live, we could deliver it for you for an additional fee. Maybe I should get some fresh air. Oh, hello there. Sorry. Hey, are you alright? You've been kinda off today. Is something wrong? Well, this is going to sound stupid. I've had the same nightmare 2 nights in a row. I never normally remember my dreams, and it just felt so real. I don't know. I don't even know what the dream was about. It wasn't about anything, just this clock I bought a while ago. Oh, I'm sorry about that. That sucks. Try not to think about it when you go to bed, or you'll probably be more likely to have it again. Alright. It's just a dream. That... I must have just left it open. I just left it open. Let me guess. Maybe I should just take the thing home at this point. No, don't! I mean, I'm sure someone will want it eventually. Whatever you say. This one pisses me off, to be honest. I'm gonna start out by talking about the script in a more literal sense. It sucks. Not the content of it, but the way I wrote it for myself. I don't write my scripts like movie scripts, really. They're more like stage play scripts, because that's all I'd ever seen when I started scripting, so I learned to make them that way. There isn't ever much camera direction. Most of my videos are very dialogue-based, so it works fine, but when you get to videos like The Grandfather Clock, which very much aren't, then it starts to become a problem. Look at this. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? How was I ever meant to film when I didn't even tell myself what to do? The script is only 2 pages long, and the final product is almost 6 minutes. Something is severely wrong. This was so frustrating to film, especially so long after that I had forgotten most of my original vision for it, which I was clearly expected to basically solely rely on. At least this kind of fully opened my eyes to this problem with my scripts, but like, good god. That being said, how's the final product? It was alright. A little boring in my opinion, but alright. Just a decent spooky story. Spooky, but not really scary, which I don't think is a bad thing here. The whole thing kind of feels like one big montage. I don't know if this is the fault of the script, or how I chose to interpret it when filming and editing. I feel like it would have benefited from more scenes like the lady talking to her coworker in between the morning and evening scenes to make it feel less montage-like. Also, I like that after purchasing and almost being killed by this cursed haunted item, having the most traumatic, harrowing experiences of their lives, all the buyers, instead of like burning the clock and dumping it in the woods or something, just politely return it to the store they bought it from. I actually read out a bit of this next script in my Q&A video from earlier this year. Here's the full context, I guess. Natalia Pearson. Script created November 21st, 2022. Last updated February 23rd, 2023. Hello, Ben. I have the file for your next target here. You'll be flying out to California next week on Thursday. One of our friends is having a big party in his mansion there. Also, make this thing as clean as possible. No bloodshed, burn the body, etc. We're getting paid big if you can pull this off. 6 figures. Don't mess this up. 6 figures? What did she do? No idea. Doesn't matter. Probably some kind of revenge. Anyways, once you're there, you can go meet up with someone who will give you everything you're gonna need for this. All the information's in the file. Alright, I'll give you more instructions once you get there. Is there anything else, or can I leave? Nope, you can go. Jody, how was your day? It wasn't great. Work has been something, that's for sure. Yeah. I'm looking forward to our trip next Thursday, though. Oh, what is it? I was about to tell you, but I have to go out of state for work again next Thursday. Oh. Do you really have to go? Yes, of course I do. I understand that. I'm just disappointed. I can tell. If you want to say something else, then just say it. It just feels like we don't really go out together much anymore. Out of the house, you know? Why does it matter if we're out of the house or inside it? Maybe it doesn't. It isn't really the house at all. You've just been so distant ever since you got your current job. You just seem different. My job is the only reason we're even able to afford a house like this. Can't you just be grateful? I barely even know what your job is. Why can't you just tell me? You're always so vague about it, and it scares me. Why the hell does it even matter? This job is clearly weighing on you so much. I know this sounds so selfish, and maybe it is, but I miss you, Ben. The old you. After this, Ben flies out to California for work and gets all set up to kill this woman. He goes to the aforementioned party and hears the host talking about his pet pigs. Rich people, am I right? And realizes that they would be the perfect way to dispose of the body. He is going to feed her to the pigs. Then he sees Natalia herself. She comes across as very ditzy and dumb. He thinks this is gonna be easy. Finally, Natalia is alone inconveniently by the pig pen. He's about to kill her when she turns around and, plot twist, kills him first. She feeds his body to the pigs and heads back to the party like nothing happened. The end. This is also just alright in my opinion. It could have been a decent film, but my heart was never in it, and it's pretty obvious. To me at least. I just wanted to make it for practice without actually being invested in the story. I also think Ben comes off as an asshole too much in his argument with Jody. He was never supposed to be in the right or anything, but I took it too far for what I wanted the scene to be. Like, you know, Ben isn't a good guy, but his death does matter to someone out there. But it for sure seems like she would be better off without him. Like, Natalia's doing her a favor here. Also, Ben's boss's dialogue makes me cringe. Except I like the part where he says, "We're getting paid big if you can pull this off." That's kind of funny to me. This one is a bit different because I actually got past scripting, past filming, and almost into editing here. I just scrapped it at the last minute because I wasn't happy with the quality. So all the footage you're about to see is from 2023. The LPSTuber Experience. Created at an unknown date in 2023, completed May 3rd, 2023. Hi, my name is Dean, Sorrow Dean, head of a local fish market. You know, I need to just never write anything ever again. So, what sort of things do you like to do? Nothing. Oh, so you're a loser? No, wait, I actually make videos. Oh, that's actually cool. What kind of videos? Give me everything or I'll kill you! Why are there so many plants here? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's been 4 years. Nearly 4 years. How am I still genuinely this bad? Yeah, scripting. Scripting. Why did I spend $20 on this one? This one. I make stop motion videos. Oh wow, neat. What do you use for it? Like, do you use Legos or do you like do claymation or something else like maybe Playmobil or? Yes. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm just so sorry. I'm so sorry. You know, there's something about the definition of insanity. $80 for the orange collie. They want $80 for the orange collie. I'm so tired. I'm scripting right now. That's what I'm doing. That is exactly what I'm doing. Nephew. Niece. Whatever. Yes? I bought you one of those weird, gross, disgusting, terrifying My Small Pet Shop toys that I know you really like. Oh, thank you. I support your hobby despite how horrible, repulsive, and just ugly these toys are, and I respect the fact that you like them so much. Okay? These repugnant, nauseating creatures! I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, I just need to... I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, there we go. I think I got it. I'm so sorry. Why is it so loud? Oh Oh my god. You know, I kind of get the feeling that you don't actually do stop motion and that you're a liar. What? You're a liar, Zinnia. No. Okay, fine. I make LPS videos. There you go. Jeez. Oh, so you are a loser. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm just so... I'm quitting LPSTube. I think that's enough work for today. This just sucks, to be honest. I had wondered if I was being too hard on myself by scrapping it at the time, but I was absolutely right to do so. The script is boring and the voice acting is god-awful. Sometimes I worry that I haven't really improved since this era, but this has somewhat cured that for me. I kind of like the idea of taking a 10 Things style video in this direction, having more reoccurring stuff and cutting back to different scenes, but I botched it very badly. I can see that this was clearly inspired by a 2020 video of mine, A Day in the Life of Zinnia, and despite being like 3 years apart, they're pretty much the same quality, which says a lot. I think it would have been significantly improved if I just cut the bit with Zinnia saying, "I'm sorry." I get what I was going for with that, but it just sucks and isn't funny. I do think I'm being a lot harsher on this video specifically because it isn't being propped up by my current quality. But if I had to sit through it to edit it just now, then I think I can be as harsh as I want. Unicycle. Script created November 8th, 2023. Last updated January 7th, 2024. Here we go again. Let's get out of here.
Whoa, look at that weird bike.
Don't encourage her, honey. Hey, my stuff! Hi there, hey. Oh, bye. Don't even bother. She's a menace. She can't be reasoned with. Jeez, man, I just want to say hello to someone. Dude, come on, that's an empty cup. The unicyclist would continue to be a general menace to society until, while not paying attention, she rides right into a huge dumpster and falls into it. Everyone laughs at her at the end! Yeah, I don't really get it either. Second last but not second least, we have texting. I think that was a working title. Script created May 4th, 2024. Last updated May 24th, 2024. Oh. I have to respond, don't I? I'll text you later, okay? Okay. What do I say to her? What do I say to her? What do I say to her? Fine! How about I say, yes, this is Vanessa? Yes, this is Vanessa? Really? She couldn't have found a better way to phrase that? Like, inference is a thing. Does she seriously think I'm stupid? Ugh, blocked. Or how about I don't say that? What about, hi, Olivia, it's great to hear from you. Hi, Olivia, it's great to hear from you. You didn't hear anything, moron. Can't be talking to idiots. Ugh, blocked. Oh, God. Vanessa continues to agonize about how to respond to the text for the rest of the day and thinks of various hypothetical ideas, but shoots them all down in the same ways as on the video. She finally eventually texts back with something super generic, and in a minute or so, Olivia responds. Vanessa is relieved that Olivia doesn't seem angry at her until she realizes she has to respond to this second text too. I like this one. I do feel like if continued, it would suffer from the same problem of not being able to build momentum, the same way something like the job interview or renaming does. But I do think there's something there with the concept. Out of all the scripts, this is probably the one I'd be most likely to remake. Hypothetically, I'm not necessarily planning to do that for real. And finally, last but not least, Ratty Thanksgiving. Script created November 1st, 2024. Last updated November 12th, 2024. Tablecloth. Plates. Oh, whatever. It's not like the relatives have any class. How's everything going?
Ah! It's going good!
Hello, you three. I'm glad you could make it. I don't think we've met before. What's your name? Porridge. Ew, I'm so sorry for you. Don't sympathize with him. He sucks. It's so cool that you're able to put this together. Ever since the schism, I thought Thanksgiving was going to be off the table forever. Thank you. I know it's really, really cool. I'm really cool. I was very careful about who I invited. Don't worry. Yeah, huh? Wow, your decor sucks. More relatives would start to arrive for the party. An old couple, a young rat who's bringing her new boyfriend, but he's running late, and two relatives so distant that they're hamsters who are just trying to get written into some wills. The cook is an absolute menace, to be honest. Very unsanitary. She absolutely still serves the food she just dropped on the floor. A lot of it is just character interactions, like the old rats being rodent racist to the hamsters, and one of the hamsters helping the cook and being completely horrified, etc. It ends with the whole family at the table for Thanksgiving dinner. The one rat's boyfriend hasn't shown up yet, and she's quite nervous. She calls him at one point, and so is he. He finally shows up in the middle of dinner, and plot twist, he's a cat. So, of course, everyone starts freaking out and running around. The turkey gets dropped on the floor again. The only ones who are unaffected are the hamsters, who are like, ha, who's the inferior species now, idiots? The end. I thought it was cute. I liked the ideas I had for later on, but what I actually wrote was just okay. I'm not sure if I'm just burnt out from writing this commentary for around 7 hours straight in a room with no air conditioning, but I just don't have strong feelings on it. It was written while I was at rock bottom mentally, which makes me kind of uncomfortable. It's also a bit interesting how this is genuinely the only video where I fully acknowledge the fact that LPS are meant to be animals. And there you have it. 12 scripts spanning 4 years. Goodbye.